Today I'm going to get back into the Harmonic Transformer, the additive synthesis module from PM Foundations. There are a couple of videos up on the module already, but the main points are that it allows the user to do true additive synthesis in the analog realm. The module consists of 10 harmonics, or one fundamental, and 9 harmonics, each generating a sine wave. The details, as I said, are in the other video. Now, since each one of the overtone or harmonic cards has an SSI2131 VCO, and we're really only using the sine wave, we thought that a daughter card would be a good idea. And what this would provide us with is outputs for the other waveforms, plus an input for sync, for pulse width modulation, and for a pitch CV. So, and we also have controls for pulse width and for the pulse width modulation amount. So what I'm going to do is, I thought about using this for polyphony. You have 10 VCOs here that you could do whatever it is you want with. But what I've done is I have tuned the harmonic transformer, all 10 of them, to unison. And what we're going to do is, since they're all unison, we're going to create an analog supersaw. So let's see how that looks first. So we'll kick up 10 of them. I have all of them running through. Now they're relatively in tune too, we can fool around with that. But I have them all running into a pair of Bastel ABC mixers. And you can see some of the harmonics start to be generated. Very supersaw-ish. Let's keep going. There's 4, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, the one advantage we have, I guess, with something like this is they don't all have to be unison. So they don't have to be unison. So let's kind of see if we can tune a couple just by ear really quickly without screwing anything up too badly. I don't have a lot of room to work here, so I have to be careful moving around. Pardon any pauses that come in or anything that shakes. So we can do intervals. You can do whatever you want, right? We can also start to detuning, some of those. Some of the unison ones. And you can mix those however you want, but you can get a pretty big waveform going. There's no filters being used here. It's just coming right out of the VCOs. Get some really nice bass going. Anyways, so that's sawtooth. Now we have triangle, we have pulse as well. So let's make a couple of these pulses. And I'm mixing it pretty well all to mono right now, so that we can see the whole thing on the scope. You could also spread this around a stereo field, which might be also kind of fun. So you can see the waveform change once you add in some of the pulses. We can also mix those pulses, and we can get some pulse width modulation going as well. Now, if you give me a minute, I can turn everything down and we can hear some pulse width modulation going on here, which I think is where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There you can hear the pulse width. Sorry, I had the other, actually the other sound you were hearing was the harmonic transformer, all the sine waves coming out too. So let's mix the saws back in again. This is always fun to do live. You watch the scope too, see some of the weird little things that are happening. So that's everything coming back in again. Okay, so what else can we do? You want to hear them all as pulses. I don't have a whole lot of LFOs lying around. Well, actually I could do, but I have a couple of frequency central wave runners that just happen to be handy that I'm using as LFOs. So there you can see on the scope that is all pulse waves. Let's go back up and do all sawtooth. Is there such a thing as a super pulse? Who knows? And then you should be able to, there it is. So that's the super saw, I guess. And hypothetically, I suppose this will be a little bit lower. We could do a super triangle. One interesting thing you could do with the triangle wave, if you, which I've actually done before, is you can use the triangle wave for the additive synthesis instead of the sine, just to see how that sounds. Yeah, obviously that's quite a bit more laid back. And let's bring the sine waves back in again. So they'll be all same pitches. They're coming out of the harmonic transformer. Just kind of a flute on steroids. So that's basically the idea behind the daughter cards. I think next up I might try some polyphony and maybe start fooling around with the sync a bit more. I'll hook up some patches. The patches do take time. There are, 10 VCOs. So thanks for listening.